just joining us, this is Breakfast Daily. Earlier on, we saw Kweku talk to an ophthalmologist, and they talked about the Glaucoma Awareness Month. I really think it's very important for you to go check out your eye, because that was a very insightful and educative topic they just talked about. But anyway, it's time for us to get into the entertainment segment. But before we do that, I would like to acknowledge F. Nitya Creations for this jewelries, and of course Funky African for this wonderful outfit. And joining us for this segment is Alexandra Opon, who is the co-host of 30 Minutes here on Citi TV.
Hi Chris, how are you doing today?
How are you?
I'm great. I'm scorching.
I know.
Literally, the sun is literally in our faces. It's really hot. It's been really hot the past few days, hasn't it?
Well, and I think also it's hot because you're actually looking hot.
Girl, girl, don't stop now. No, honestly, how have you been? How's everything
I'm fine.
doing?
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, so give us some of the entertainment news that you have for us.
Oh my goodness, I unfortunately have to start off from a very sad note, because over the weekend, South African rapper, dancer, dance extraordinaire Costa Titch passed away in the most eerie way possible. He was on stage at a music festival in Johannesburg, and during his performance, or towards the end of his performance, he collapsed, and then right after, emergency services were rushed and he was pronounced dead. So it's crazy just seeing this. I think it really brings to light the eerie side of, or the dark side of technology and social media. We have all this access and the speed in terms of accessing information and knowing what's going on in the world, and we get to see this firsthand, regardless of whether it's behind the screen or in person. So a lot of tributes have been rolling in. He just recently got signed to Convict Music, that is Akon's Convict Music. So it's so sad that, you know, just as he's getting his big break, in terms of even the song has garnered about 43 million views on YouTube. Blick Fexar is known everywhere. Everyone literally sings it all the time, especially since the popularity of Amapiano. It's just like, as he just got his big break, and then that was it. So
Right. And until now, we don't have reports of what exactly is the cause?
No, we do not. So information about what caused it hasn't been disclosed yet, but there are speculations regarding his previous health issues. So apparently he actually has, or allegedly he has, epilepsy. So a lot of people are speculating that perhaps the lights in the strobe lights may have triggered a seizure.
They're actually very photosensitive to that.
Exactly.
Oh.
Very, very, very sad news.
Wow.
And this is just following after AKA's death, who he actually did a remix of just recently. Costa was 28, AKA was 35. AKA was just brutal, and does exemplify the violence that goes on in South Africa anyway. But it's just sad to see yet another South African star fall to death. Right.
R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. to Costa Titch. And condolences to his family, his friends, and every single person that worked and believed in him, because this is so sad.
Yeah,
so sad.
I can imagine what the family's going through, but we send them our love. Yeah.
I know,
so, what happened at the Oscars? Because everybody, you know,
I mean,
kept
what
talking
didn't
about
happen at the Oscars?
A stratus cloud.
Listen,
a cloud, a bunch of cloud that was on, like, you know, in the midst of people. Tell us about that cloud.
So, ironically enough, as much as everyone's talking about Thames, one of her songs is actually called Higher. And she literally was going higher with her cloud dress. So for the 2023 Oscars, there was a lot of avant-garde pieces, but the one person that stood out, or a lot of people are saying took space, was none other than Thames. This is her fresh off her Grammy win from the feature song that she did with
Rihanna?
Sorry, not even Rihanna, Drake and
Future.
And then she was present at the Oscars because her song for the Black Panther movie, Wakanda Forever, was nominated. It didn't win. And best believe that our girl came through. She was wearing a Levi Couture dress, fresh off the Tokyo fashion, the Leleka collection, which was premiered at the Tokyo Fashion Week in 2022, I believe. And a lot of people had a lot to say. There was a lot of divided opinion, because as much as the dress was beautiful and stunning, it also obstructed a lot of people's views and was possibly inconsiderate to those around her and behind her.
I like Thames, but I think it was a bit rude, especially for people that were sitting behind her. And also following her response, like, that put me off this morning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I kind of liked it. I feel like she was owning it. What's done has been done. What I will say is I 100% believe in what you're saying in terms of they probably should have been considerate in terms of the structure of the dress. Perhaps the designer could have thought of something detachable, or her stylist doing something right. They could have thought about some way to maneuver the situation, because the hood was amazing, but at the end of the day, it's the Oscars. It's not a table-based event. Everyone's sitting within the theatre rows.
Exactly.
So yeah, but I kind of like the response. I thought, what's done has been done.
Oops.
It's not really an L if it's an L. And also, all publicity, in some regards, is good publicity. So if you didn't know Thames then, now you do.
Now you do. I mean, well, but would you wear that?
Me, girl, I would so wear that. I would wear that in a heartbeat. I love pieces that are A, avant-garde, and two, that are statement pieces. I feel like, particularly with fashion can be seen as an art form. So it doesn't have to be, convenient, or it doesn't have to be the usual thing. It can be a statement. It could be something that shows something, very artistic, very bold. And I feel like she did that with this dress. She wasn't the only one, but 100% she was the most talked about person in terms of the fashion piece.
Because she was obstructing.
She was obstructing view. She was taking up space, as
she
black
took
women
up space,
rarely
actually.
do in the Oscars.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is kind of setting a record.
Right.
But we love to see it. She's having an amazing streak. No album out, by the way, and she's doing the damn thing. So why not applaud it?
I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I don't know how you do it with the sun. Do you have sunscreen?
Of course, always.
Okay,
I have
period.
to, always.
Yeah, always have to keep sunscreen in your bag.
It's very, very important.
A lot of people, black people, underestimate the power of sunscreen.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for passing
you for having
through.
me.
We really enjoyed it. And it's time for us to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be wrapping up.